Introduction. I wanted to play something atmospheric and with elements of horror, and so I stumbled upon this game. I didn't expect anything from the game, I didn't know what it was about, what it was like and who made it. The only thing I knew was that there was Karen Fukuhara in the game, known to everyone from the TV series The Boys. And then the game came out, and I tried it and I want to share my opinion. Plot. The Callisto Protocol is set in the distant future. The game takes place in the year 2320 in the Black Iron prison colony, located on Jupiter's moon Callisto and run by the United Jupiter Company. The protagonist is the pilot of the cargo ship Jacob Lee, who is transporting a mysterious cargo. The ship crashes on Callisto, and Jacob ends up in the Black Iron. It soon turns out that something terrible happened on Callisto, and mutated people, the so-called biophages, filled the entire prison. But the protagonist is not alone in his struggle, and he has a partner, Danny Nakamura. Graphic arts. The graphics in the game are quite beautiful and detailed. Although from time to time soap gets into the eyes. But I like the environment, the detailing of the weapons, the faces of the characters and their clothes. Everything looks quite nice and stylish. You immediately understand that you are in the future and in prison, smiley face. The monsters are made frighteningly, in the locations there is blood everywhere, severed limbs. The atmosphere is catching up well, in some places it even becomes really disgusting and unpleasant to see what is happening. Here the developers have done their best. Gameplay and animations. Well, the gameplay and animations are probably the best thing in the game. From pickup animations to death animations, everything is top-notch. For example, in order to use a heal, the hero specially crouches, takes out the syringe and injects it into his neck. Well, the animation of death is generally something with something. Here they are different and depend on the environment and enemies. They can grab you, press you against the wall and tear your mouth, while tearing off half of your face. They can simply gouge out your eyes with claws, or they can blow your head off with one blow. It all looks ugly, but damn it's nice. And there are a lot of such animations in the game. In terms of gameplay, I like the combat. We need to dodge enemy attacks, and then strike ourselves. Moreover, hand-to-hand combat can be combined with a pistol and a power strike, special device. Blows on the enemy feel very good. You understand that you are hitting and blood begins to flow out, or limbs fall off. Look cool and play nice. Also in the game there is stealth, which is quite well implemented and helps to run through some sections without a fight. What I noticed, sometimes enemies are stupid and cannot cross obstacles or just jump back and forth, but this is rare and looks funny, smiley face. Performance. Performance is the main complaint of players on Steam. And here I probably agree with them. In general, the game runs stably at 60 FPS 1080p, but yes, and it is but huge. When the game starts to render something, it just freezes for 2 to 3 seconds, the FPS drops to 10 and you have to stand still and wait. This happens, for example, when moving to a location or room. Just bam and FPS becomes 10 for 2 seconds. Or when something abrupt happens. For example, an enemy jumps out, and also bang, and for 2 seconds you stand and wait until everything is loaded. This is very annoying, although you can play with it. I really hope that the developers will quickly patch this, and there will be no freezes in the game. Therefore, I do not recommend playing yet, better wait a bit. Press ratings, Dexertug, 10/10 Hobby Consolas, 9/10 PC Games N, 9/10 Shack News, 8/10 PC Gamer, 7.9/10 Push Square, 7/10 IGN, 7/10 Game Informer, 6/10 GameSpot, 5/10 Results. The game turned out pretty good. It's not a masterpiece, but it's worth playing, but not now. It can be seen that the developers have tried to prescribe the lore of the game. The game has good graphics and quite interesting gameplay. The animations in the game are beyond praise, just for the sake of them it is worth trying to play. But the game is pretty ugly. There is always blood, limbs, scraps of meat. Particularly impressionable by no means play. The death animation where half your face is torn off is a good example. And all this is uncensored and shown as is. The biggest downside is performance. But it can be corrected, so it's better to wait. Still, not everyone wants to play with micro freezes and uploads. Personally, I like the game itself, and I can tolerate freezes. I'll go through the game until then. And then I'll go through with the patches. Buy or not? No, not yet. But as soon as the performance is fixed, then yes. The game will be worth the money and you will not regret the purchase.